So I feel like the cup format is something new and it's interesting because new is always interesting. But I feel like in the long run, the league format is probably the better way to go. Just simply because there's more consistency, everything's more stable. So personally, I feel like I do like the how you get many representatives from each country because you really see which country has the better teams and it's a stronger country or region, not just like one good team from the country. But prefer the league format, yeah.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day 2 of the group stage for Group B of Globe Conquerors Manila. We just came from interesting game where Kuala Lumpur Hunters dominating over the Philippines' very own Archangel in quite the fashion. But of course, the question goes, can Archangel recuperate from that defeat as they face the second seed of Thailand, being Mega Esports? Of course, before we head into the game, we'll be introducing ourselves as your casters. I'm Arctic. With me, of course, is Chisto.
Yeah, quite a number of things went wrong for Archangel, in my opinion, Arctic. Hopefully, they can patch those up and fix them headed into this next game. It's always tough to head straight into Summoner's Rift coming from a loss, so they really need to prepare themselves for this one, but I feel like they have a bit of breathing room against Mega.
Hopefully, and what I really like to see from Archangel this time around, something hopefully a little bit better in terms of draft. Wasn't quite a fan of what happened earlier. Like I mentioned, I really like these teams that don't necessarily stick to needing to hardcore stick to what's efficient in general for the international scene. Like if you have something that you could utilize in Comfort, then that's something that works just as well, especially in Globe Conquerors Manila, wherein each country has a very distinct style.
Yeah, honestly, Arctic, I'm really still baffled by the amount of priority these teams are putting on Aatrox because he's very easily punishable in laning phase, and unless you get a really good matchup. And speaking of matchups, I wonder why they decided to put him mid lane instead of sending the Aatrox top lane to lane against a Sion, which in my opinion is just an easier time for that pick. And yeah, hopefully Archangel can fix their pick and ban problems headed into the third game of the day.
We'll just have to see, man, because at this point, definitely quite a sad moment for the home country right now.
I'm happy.
We're still looking for our first win at least. Hopefully, we find success in Archangel today. But that goes to say that there's still somewhat of hope. It's just that the road to hopefully still keep the dream alive for the Philippines is all the more challenging given the current status.
Yeah, it feels like the roads are being flooded right now, and quite literally actually.
Quite appropriate for the weather right now here in the Philippines, actually.
Yeah, but yeah, the hope here for the host country is definitely we want one of our representatives to make it all the way, but they just haven't been stepping up. The other regions have just come in here and they're basically destroying whoever they face. So I really want to see our team step up.
Hopefully, man. But Philippines aside, I gotta hand it to the Malaysian teams as well as the Thai teams who really kicked up their game. And it just really goes to show that no matter how much preparation a single team puts into prep for Globe Conquerors Manila, all the rest of the teams, I mean, come on, did prep as well. And it really comes down to who came off better towards the end of things with the results.
A big question of who wants it more once you head on to Summoner's Rift. But yeah, there's still a lot of issues I feel from Archangel, but these are issues that could be solved simply by trying to have a better pick and ban phase. I do believe we are ready to head into Champion Select. So
yes.
I guess let's just get right into it.
Yep, really interesting right here. Once again, taking the stage for game number 3, it is going to be Mega Esports of Thailand versus Archangel of the Philippines. Let's see how it all goes down as we head into the drafting phase. Very crucial, especially if you're Archangel, given how they struggled during the early game.
I wonder what Archangel knows about Mega Esports because they just banned an Aurelion Soul pick. I wonder what the mindset is here, but as for Mega Esports, it seems that they've done their research here, targeting both Rox and Ivalice with the Rakan and Camille bans, both champions that these players are definitely comfortable on, which is something we haven't seen from the Philippine representatives. I feel like they aren't playing on champions that they're necessarily comfortable on. They're trying too much to veer towards the meta. I feel like they need to look for that balance between those two. A lot of mid lane bans coming out here from Archangel. Will we see a third one? I'm thinking no. I say you ban Nocturne in this situation.
Potentially, but Morgana gonna be the final takeaway. So that actually leaves a hell lot open as far as priority picks.
You know, I also feel like Archangel are banning themselves away when they ban the Morgana because Rox is a big-time Morgana player. Consider that the Rakan was already removed here by Mega Esports, so Archangel gonna have to face another Kindred for their second game. See what they decide to go for.
Looks like the Tom Kench gonna be a pickup. Of course, as you were kind of rationalizing earlier with the Kindred Tom Kench pickup from the Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
Okay, this is the bot lane that beat Archangel during their previous game. It is the Varus and the Tom Kench. I wonder what Mega decides to bring into this because that's a very strong 2v2 lane with not much to actually deal with it. Mega Esports are thinking about their next pick. I would expect them though to secure their bot lane in this pick phase if they don't want to get pinched, but okay, Arctic, we're just diversifying everything here. We got the first Soraka of Globe Conquerors Manila. Oh, please lock it in. I'll be so happy if they lock in Kalista.
I wonder what they're gonna go for though. A lot of marksmen being hovered
Ashe
over.
into Tom Kench. That's a big question mark for me, honestly, Arctic. I feel like you're shooting yourselves in the foot whenever you pick Ashe into Tom Kench because Tom Kench basically shuts down whatever you could do as the Ashe. If the Tom Kench already picks up his QSS, it's very easy for him to disengage fight. So I wonder what the plan here is for Mega Esports. And Archangel, seeing that Mega has locked in 3 squishy champions, why not go for an all-in champion to burst one of them down, such as the Nocturne here. Gonna go over to the hands of Nexta.
One thing that I'm looking at here though, as we work around to Tom Kench countering the Ashe, is the field of silence that the Soraka could bring to the table. I guess it really comes down to proper placement from what the Jess and how they synergize in this bot lane. Of course, time will tell once we head onto the Rift, but still looking at the second rotation of bans here, Ornn as well as the Galio taken off the board. So very classic complementary ban that you want to take away when a Nocturne has already been fielded.
You don't want to give those globals over to Mega Esports now. Gragas, I feel like Archangel shouldn't have banned the Gragas. Top lane Gragas is still a possibility. It's actually a massive counter into the Kindred whenever he pops the Lances. Quite true. You toss your ultimate directly in the middle and it knocks everyone out of it. So Archangel seems to be denying that away. Orianna will be the final ban here for Mega Esports. Archangel, what do they want to blind pick here? It could either be a top laner or a mid laner. Jace is their current hover. If it is locked in, that means Mega Esports will have a decision on what they want to lane against what could be a top lane Jace.
Could be
from
top.
Archangel. Now we get to find out the solo laners for Mega Esports. You need to pick mid and top lane here. We've seen top lane rise. Not yet for sure where these could go.
Interesting spread here that we have for Mega Esports. Wondering if something a little bit more interesting comes up once again here. So we are potentially looking at what could either be a top laner or mid laner for Warlock and Secret respectively. What they'll go for though, time is ticking. We're still waiting for that last pick right here. Looks like they will be going for the Aatrox here.
Interesting pickup with the Aatrox. Not a big fan of the pick, never will be, but seems to be the selection here for Mega Esports. I'm expecting it to go top lane. But still, it's a mind game here from Mega Esports. Archangel could have saved their counter pick, but for whoever they pick for Trevor in this situation, it should be able to deal with either the Aatrox or the Rise. Could be the cannon. So double mind games here from both teams because the solo laners they selected could easily go into either hands. Okay.
I wonder if they just kind of keep swapping until like
Who's-
no, we'll just swap it again and then swap it again.
At some point, Arctic, they have to leave it
True.
at lock. So I think it's around 30 seconds left. They can't swap anymore. Let's see whether or not these teams decide to swap even more. I don't think so.
Yep.
I think they're pretty happy with these lane assignments.
I think that's going to be the fix right there. So we're going to have a more traditional Aatrox top Rise in the mid lane. Same goes for Archangel. Jace for Trevor. You know what's interesting is that Trevor's brother Chalk is a phenomenal Jace player back when he was still active as a pro player. So
Ooh.
I'd like to see if Trevor can pull off the same stunts that Chalk pulled off on this particular champion.
You got that lessons from your... Is he an older brother or younger brother?
Older brother.
Oh, his older brother.
Trevor's younger.
Oh, so maybe he learned a few tricks
Hopefully.
about that, Jace, but that's a bit of a history lesson for you guys. He knows his stuff, but yeah, headed into this game, it seems like Archangel has gone all in for this one. They didn't necessarily go for any front-to-back team fighting. It just feels like they want to start skirmishing against the side of Mega Esports.
But at the end of the day, with these two compositions locked in, because... man, like a lot of pickups from the previous game heading into this game, but how do you like the spread this time around with different champions that were selected? Like, for example, Soraka being brought to the table to complement that Ashe.
I'm not exactly sure if the Soraka directly complements the Ashe. It does give a fairly safe lane for Golden Feet to deal with Zencho's poke on that Varus, but yeah, I'm still waiting to see whether or not Mega Esports can actually execute around this Aatrox pick, which actually fell through the entire drafting phase. Nobody was thinking about selecting it early. So the big question in my mind, whether or not Mega Esports can pull off this draft that they have selected.
So there you have it, guys. Let us know, by the way, from wherever you're watching, whether it be Facebook Live, YouTube Gaming, or Twitch, who you guys are cheering for right here, of course. Thailand second seed, Mega Esports going to be taking it once again, already one win up, hashtag MG win. Or do you want to see Archangel or the Philippines in general take their first win in Globe Conquerors Manila? Of course, be sure to root for Archangel right here, hashtag ARK win.
Yeah, I'm definitely rooting for Archangel in this one, Arctic, but can't show our biases.
Yep. So it looks like we'll just have to let the action speak for itself as we head into the in a teeny tiny bit. For the meantime, see you guys. From wherever you're watching, I hope you guys are ready, because ready or not, here we go into Game 3 between Mega Esports of Thailand versus Archangel of the Philippines. Who will emerge victorious? We'll just have to find out. All comes to the players, and who wants to make it to Worlds all the more. Is it Mega Esports? Is it Archangel? Let's go.
Yeah, if there was a time for our second seeds to pick up a victory, now would definitely be the time. Yeah.
Now that you mention it, these are both second seed teams that we're looking at here. So, who's the better secondary seed? Is it gonna be Mega? Is it gonna be Arc? I don't know, man.
Well, for second seeds, I couldn't tell, but for first seeds, I could tell you who the best first seeds are.
Actually.
It's pretty easy.
To be fair, though, KLH versus ASC, not quite sure just yet on that
They
front.
put him in different groups, so I guess we never get to find out.
Yeah, hopefully come playoffs, we'll get that opportunity, depending on how the scores end for the group stage. But yeah, enough of the general picture. Let's go ahead and talk about these specific compositions right there, because I mentioned the Soraka meshing with this composition, but given the spread here, like, what would be the win condition for Mega Esports?
Hold that thought. Trevor is a bit caught. Nothing gonna happen though. So for Mega Esports, I feel like it's a question of playing around the Ashe ultimate. During that previous game, Zencho really didn't gain much value from his Ashe arrows. Not really able to land them. You need to hit the mark on those if you want to be effective.
Ooh, tricky. Meanwhile, looks like Secret actually going for the root as his first ability right here.
It's quite an annoying thing to deal with if you're the Jace.
Yep.
Point and click. It's quite unfair. Jace, of course,
man.
very heavily reliant on landing his own skill shots, so
This is going to be tricky in the matchup. But looking at the influence that both junglers have, of course, given that this is a Kindred and a Nocturne, this Kindred for Heise has a little bit more to work with, even pre-level 6. Nixta less so. Nocturne really looking to get to that ultimate as soon as possible, just so that he has a better impact when he does try to go for ganks.
yeah, I do believe I said this previously in an earlier match where Nocturne's ganks are very situational. It's either the lane is pushed up way too much and you're able to get a good flank and gank pre-level 6, or you power farm till you get your paranoia available. And I did mention situational ganks. this seems to be one of them.
Will they succeed though? Looks like Rock's already stepping forward. They're flashing in onto What the Just goes for the flash as well. We need that one more hold, but first blood at the end of the day will go to Nexta of Archangel.
Yeah, well played there by Archangel. Cheesy gank right there by Nexter. He only took his Red Raptors and Scuttle and immediately ran bot lane, skipping over his blue buff. So he's able to pick up the kill right there. Gonna have a pretty much easier time here on the Nocturne.
Oh, meanwhile, someone that's not having an easier time this time around, Trevor constantly rolling with the punches coming at him from Secret on this rise. So looks like
Heise Scott
gonna get caught out here, but it's actually Trevor that finds himself caught between both members of Mega Esports. Doesn't even stand a chance, goes down, and of course it will be Heise that gets the kill.
I didn't mention Heise was caught here. Apparently, he wasn't caught. He was baiting Trevor to walk forward. Next, doesn't have enough gap closers on the Nocturne. Not level 6 yet.
Not just yet, but ooh, that's gonna be a step up. Actually, now that I notice, both junglers got those kills, so looks like all's fair for both sides here.
You have to think about the value of those early kills, though, and I feel like it favors the Kindred in the long run. Kindred's always gonna be... Hold that thought. I say, can hop out.
Yep. Oh, Nixta forced to flash away already. Looks like Nixta gonna try to get the hold onto that Kindred. Warlock tries to knock up the members to Archangel, but still doesn't prevent them from getting the kill as it goes to Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor gets his revenge. I think Nixta called that he knew where Heise was on the map. Both Ivalice and Trevor collapsed. I think Trevor just actually walked out from base straight top lane. Does get the red buff here. Gonna give him a bit more trading power against Arise, but speaking of trading power, he's Chunk.
Yep, that chunk is definitely the best word to describe what damage Trevor took right there. So definitely gonna be a bit of a struggle here. Can't really trade damage with this Rise as much because the Rise is gonna hurt all the more with the hold that he has on that Jace through the roof.
Yeah, speaking of holds though, Mega does have a hold onto this bot lane. Double range will always push in a melee and ranged bot lane, of course. Rox doesn't want to get poked down as much on the Tom Kench. And there's no real world where Zencho can actually match the poke coming from both bot laners of Mega. Consider that the Soraka will have the heal available. So both Cold and Feet and What the Jest will be battle ready whenever action does happen around that side of the map.
Heise though denying a few monsters from Nexter right there, so definitely trying to slow down this Nocturne from reaching level 6, which would otherwise force Mega Esports to be in a more cautious position. Warlock has established vision in that tribe by spawning Nexta. Of course, we'll give a little bit of breathing room for Mega's bot lane, in which case should just go constantly for the push.
Yeah, and speaking of Mega's bot lane here, the objective for them is to actually just hold down the duo lane of Archangel. You never want to fall behind against a team that could siege as well as Archangels, because look at the poke coming out from their picks here. There's double AD poke with the Varus and the Jace, so that's something they have to look out for once we do move over to those mid-game sieges.
Now that you've mentioned mid-game, let's go ahead and tackle that, because for Archangel, in order for Trevor and Zencho to just hit off the max, Nexta along with Iblis is going to need to present a really solid front line just so that none of the members of Mega Esports could get a reach on them whilst hitting.
Well, there's no legitimate front line on the side of Archangel. There's something that's a sort of pseudo front line in form of the cannon. Having a slicing maelstrom will act as a zone control tool so that there's this place where none of the members can Mega Esports could necessarily pass through to get to the backline of Archangel. So no real tanks, but there is that pseudo front line like we mentioned.
Meanwhile, looks like numbers are looking pretty darn good for Mega Esports. Rox! Oh no! Looks like Mega Esports will continue the pursuit. Take note, Heise is level 6 right now. Rox gonna get slowed down. Fortunately, the Silence not able to pop the thick skin. Will be going down. Zencho forced to flash away, but that'll be another kill going to the Pride of Thailand.
Yeah, Rox did not have his flash available. It's not yet available. It was on cooldown. So just go down there. Great timings there by Heise to move bot lane. Still knew that Tom Kench did not have flash. Easily run down by the members of Mega, and I feel like they're gonna get rewarded with this Infernal Trick.
That's gonna be pretty nifty for Mega Esports, considering if you're going to look at the general spread of their composition. Packs quite the punch. Same goes for Archangel, so either team would have definitely wanted that, but definitely all the more of a positive for MG in which case.
Zencho just gonna clear this ward. It's level 6 off of it, so just have Chain of Corruption. It's not quite in Ash Arrow, but I'm hoping Zencho can actually land them this time.
So far, so good here. At least for Mega Esports and what they did manage to pick up. Luckily for Archangel, though, doesn't really make much of a dent. Kills are dead even. It's just that one dragon that kind of sets things apart. But as far as who's clearly leading the fray right now, I mean, 2 kills already on Heise. That's just going to allow him to continuously build up on that Kindred, which could potentially match the power that Nixta has eventually now that he is level 6.
Yeah, it becomes quite oppressive, Arctic, on the Kindred. If you're able to secure your stacks early, your range becomes super high, and it's very difficult for teams to actually reach you. You're just able to kite around with your Q. So giving up those 2 early kills onto the Kindred, yes, it's going to help Mega in the long run, but I think it's still a question of whether or not they can get that Kindred really online.
We'll just have to see. So far, top lane has been a little bit more chill. To be quite frank, CS difference, not really much of a difference to speak of, only a minute difference. But it looks like
so.
Archangel gonna try for something right here. Take note, Nixa gonna go straight for the dive in. So goes Rox along with Zencho. Looks like they're on the prowl right now. So is Heise on. Just so happened to be within the vicinity, but Secret gonna speed his way through. Trevor landing that skill shot beautifully. Warlock gonna be there for the support. Knocks them out of there, and looks like they'll be A-okay. Mission accomplished.
Beautiful disengage by Mega Esports. The knowledge by Secret to proc his phase rush and run to the Scuttle Crab for added bonus move speed means he can get away from Archangel. The engage was already used. Zencho was not in range. He used his Chain of Corruption, so no lockdown onto the Rise. Great escape by Secret.
And because of that investment, look at what Golden Feet and what the Jess managed to accomplish. All that damage onto that turret in the bot lane for Archangel. That's definitely an opening that Mega could potentially capitalize on if they want that first turret advantage.
And that's the proper punish right there. If Archangel tries to go for a play and they miss, you're definitely going to want to punish them. And Mega Esports expecting them to try and secure that bot lane tower so that the Ashe can begin moving around the map, use her arrows somewhere else, and generate picks for her team. But speaking of generating picks, Nixta might get a freebie here.
Looks like Warlock will be forced to flash away to avoid any further pursuit from both members of Archangel. So, number of summoners expended from Warlock here. Could be a good opportunity for Archangel to go for round 2 should they want to. We have seen how much of a struggle it is sometimes for an Aatrox once he loses out on means of escape, not to mention once you get a great collapse from the enemy team.
And let's take a look at the gold differences here. Not exactly the biggest lead. Probably the one that's largest is onto the Kindred in the jungle, but that's because he has a few more kills. He also picked up the Rift Herald actually, and I'm thinking don't spawn it bot lane because that's a few hits away. Probably move mid lane, try to get a pick onto one of the members of Archangel, and then spawn the Rift Herald. You can actually attempt to take down 2 towers, so that's a few plays that Mega Esports can go for here.
Interesting to note that if you're going to look at the goal difference earlier, it's actually only Zencho that's up in comparison to his counterpart. Pretty much the rest of everybody that's a carry, well, technically almost everybody on Megas with the damage output that they have.
I feel like only the supports won't be the ones dealing damage this game.
Pretty much.
Everyone went for a champion that could deal damage one way or another.
Pretty much, indeed. Oh, man. But Nixta, round 2, on to the Rise right now. Moment of stasis. Will it mean an escape for Secret? That's not the case. Only prolong the inevitable as Archangel gets yet another kill. But, oh, Zencho and Rox, they're in trouble right here. Heise gonna go straight in. Wants to go in onto Zencho. Nobody going for the response just yet. But looks like Mega Esports gonna call it quits. We'll just summon the Rift Herald instead. While the rest of Archangel make for the mid lane, it's gonna be a race for the turret.
Okay, well, Mega do have the Rift Herald. The tower is just 1 hit away, though. Archangel actually won the race for first turret, so that's a good play. But can they get back fast enough? Note that Nixta does not have his ultimate ready, so no fight's gonna happen anytime soon. It's just gonna be Trevor attempting to clear the wave with Empowered Shock Blast. Heise eats the poke. A lot of chip damage onto the tower. Feels like Trevor wants this fight.
Quite the punch onto Heise right there. Mega Esports, they're on the run for their lives. Islet's gonna go for a beautiful set onto 3 members of Mega Esports. Look at those health bars. They are dwindling. Looks like Archangel not going to suffer a single casualty. What to just the only surviving member, but he's not going to be long of this world. He goes down 3 for nothing in favor of Archangel.
And Mega overextends there. Archangel with the proper punishment. He used the teleport and the flash from the cannon. No reason to flank around there. Just straight up run at them. No summoner's burn actually by Golden Feet. Knew he was dead in that situation. Archangel pick up a few kills. I wonder what objective they can take afterwards.
Looks like they're going to try to go for a push up here towards top side tick. You know, Atlas did need to use his teleport earlier, so going to take him quite a bit of a way. Looks like they will have to give up this turret. So I'd say even with 3 kills down earlier towards bot lane for Mega Esports, with the number of structures that they managed to dwindle down, not a bad way to go.
Yeah, I'd say that was a good pick off by Archangel. It allows them to start rotating both Zensha and Rocks across the map. And they're looking to find more here. What the just has been spotted by that war. They're stealing this red buff away. Can Golden Feet try and go for a steal?
Zencho gets a lockdown onto What the Just, but What the Just easily gonna cleanse that out, but 3 members really intent on taking down the Soraka. Ult has been popped up. Secret gonna try to hold down the members of Archangel. Looks like Rock's gonna go for the save right there. That will be the Aatrox joining the fray as well. Shut down onto the Nocturne. Archangel, they're on the run for their lives. 2 members down. Looks like it's gonna be 3 with a Tom Kench. Down he goes, and that's gonna be a victory for Mega Esports. But Heise looks like will suffer as a casualty right then and there. 1 for 3 though still.
Yeah, hop straight into the power shock blast by Trevor. That's still a trade in favor of Mega Esports. They tried to make a play and pick off a member of Mega in their own jungle. Unfortunately, the communication wasn't quite there. The focus wasn't all onto that Soraka. She pops her ultimate. She survives the engage. Iblis wants this, but he doesn't have his flash. He could be locked down by the Rise if he runs straight at them. So
yes, but Secret goes straight onto Iblis. One more hit. Boom, baby. Down you go. And that's going to be a kill for Mega Esports right there. Archangel, they're going to have to take it a little bit easy until such time that Cannon spawns again. But still, man, we are looking at a ping pong match right here.
Yeah, Iblis was playing with fire in that situation. Secret had his flash available, but here comes Abyssal Voyage. Ready to go.
4 members on Warlock's tail right here. That's going to be quite the investment in Chase. The question is, we're seeing pings being thrown by Mega Esports here, so Archangel might be investing too much on this one champion if they're going to be losing out on that turret towards top side.
Warlock doesn't have his ultimate available, so this will be quite the chase. He is wasting a lot of time. Okay, I was just going to auto-attack him to death.
Okay, 1 kill right there, but looks like Mega Esports making good work of the top side. Archangel, though, getting a dragon to boot.
You know, that's another case of tactical inting, Arctic. He dies and his team gets a tower.
Not bad.
That's worth it for Warlock.
Take note, we're already near 16 minutes into the game. 4 minutes more, Baron will be up. So, with all that pressure, going to be a bit more trickier for Archangel to maintain their own form of control in Vision once we reach that point.
Yeah, I know. Like you mentioned, ping pong match between these teams. Back and forth we go, trading objectives across the map. You want to think that Archangel has more priority when it comes to deciding where to team fight because they have globals such as the Nocturne and the Tom Kench ultimate. Let's head over and see the replay of that jungle fight and see exactly what went wrong for Archangel. We're going to see the flash chain of corruption here by Zedge. It starts everything off, but the focus is different. Nixta and the rest of Archangel runs at the Soraka where Trevor goes for the Ashe, and since the damage is split, they're not able to kill What the Jess. Now the re-engage comes in since Trevor decided to split off from the rest of his team. Mega Esports are able to win the fight.
Not quite on the same page right there. Sure, they did get that 1 kill, but the thing is, could have been way better for Archangel.
That could have been way better.
Came off on the short end there, though, because of that one mistake in not focusing on that one target.
Yeah, you always focus on Soraka. I wonder what Trevor was thinking. You play solo queue every time. Everyone's gonna kill the Soraka first.
Want to avoid that heal from being utilized.
Yeah, you want to tunnel on that champion. Imagine if What the Jess gets bursted down. There's no wish to come out. There's no re-engage by Mega.
Warlock making sure that waves are pushing in constantly onto the side of Archangel. I say, gonna deny a cap right there, but of course, might be in trouble himself. Great ultimate coming in from Zensho to lock down that Kindred. What the Jest, along with the rest of Mega Esports, are coming in, but Ival is doing a great job at keeping the members at bay, but still Secret making it in the nick of time to turn things around.
Trevor.
Rock's gonna try to go for the save onto Nixa. Might end up sacrificing himself. Trevor trying to make something of this. Looks like he will have to back away himself. Nixa might have overstayed his welcome. Might get chased down by Secret. He has to be careful. One more hit. Secret still chasing out right now. Just one more skill shot that could be a good done deal. Looks like it might be Trevor instead. Will get rooted. Gonna cleanse that away, but still Chase is coming in from Mega Esports. Misses out on that skill shot. Looks like moment of stasis. Will it be enough though? Warlock gonna try to lock down Trevor down. Luckily Flash was up and looks like he makes it out alive, but at what cost exactly?
Yeah, once again, Mega Esports pick up a big win in the team fight. The Rise was left unchecked. Seeker was able to proc all his damage, even though the Ash goes down. You see, Heise was able to buy so much time with his Kindred ultimate. I think we're gonna get to see a replay just about now. So this is Archangel pulling the trigger with the Tom Kedge ult paired with the Paranoia, but since Lamter's fight was able to be used here, he buys enough time for his team to collapse. Ivory's focuses down the Ash in this situation, but Secret is a massive threat on this Rise. There's not enough damage since Trevor arrived too late into this fight, and at this point, it feels like it was easy pickings for each member of Mega Esports.
Ooh, that was quite the fight right there. But looking at things right here, both sides starting to establish vision both ways. Nixta already diving in onto that Aatrox. Great snipe. Man, that was a great layering. Warlock not really able to respond in that instant.
Bit of an awkward situation here. Warlock had both his ult and flash, but Nixon just pops him.
Yep.
Solo kill for the jungler of Archangel. I mean, Ivalis wasn't needed.
Not at all. Looks like Archangel gonna keep the rest of Mega Esports busy by trying to push out bot lane. Nixa might be in trouble here. Arrow soars and flies, not gonna find a target, but still Nixa does go down. So that's a small victory right there. Where are the... Okay, so there you go. That's the value that Archangel will trade off as a result. We'll get that top outer turret.
Another form of tactical inting. I guess, yeah. I die for a turret, but yeah, Nexta did commit to picking up the kill onto Warlock. Mega was... But 20 minutes on the clock. Now I'm looking at which team decides to set up around Baron first, because we've seen these teams just go back and forth. Now, Archangel do have a bit of wards in the area, but Mega is grouping up and clearing the vision and putting down some of their own.
Yeah, cleared out quite a bit right there, man. Looks like we'll be spotting out this red buff. Could be a tussle for that single objective. Trevor lingering in that brush. Might want to be careful, my friend. Oh, tries to go for the steal. Will get damage onto Heise instead. Mega Esports, of course, will be backing away for now. Not enough vision right there. Gonna get cleared out by Archangel within the deeper reaches of their jungle.
Oh, Trevor. Trevor!
Oh, Trevor! A little bit of way too much of an overextension right there. We'll get... Okay, not saved by Rocks eventually. Unfortunately, we'll go down to Heise. Double kill right there for the Kindred. And just like that, puts Mega Esports back on the map. Nixa is still up though, but Mega Esports, of course, with the numbers advantage, can go for Baron Asher.
Yeah, you know, my hopes and dreams for Archangel picking up the Baron died alongside Trevor and Rox in that instance. Nixta is alive. He doesn't have Flash or Paranoia. He does have Vision of the Pit. Ivalis wants to use his Slicing Maelstrom rebound. No!
Ooh, eats an ultimate in the face. What the Jess pretty darn happy about that in the player camp. But that goes to say, oh, Secret. No secret that he took down Nixta in a flash. Zensho, of course, gonna try to walk this out though, but with a Baron on Mega Esports' size, I could have sworn I saw the same thing earlier.
The cannon ultimate into Ash Arrow. Okay, wait up. Secret's just gonna go 1v2.
Yep, 3v. Alright, no, but still manages to take down Trevor. Gonna potentially take down Zensho as well. Rock's gonna try to slow him down, but Warlock luckily makes it in the nick of time to support his comrade, and that's gonna be more members down from the side of Archangel. And I'm kind of worried about what structures that they're gonna lose as a result as well. Redemption, will it be enough?
Oh,
Okay, and he gets the kill! Yautza!
Can we get a replay of that?
Okay.
In slow motion, please.
Oh my goodness. Warlock though getting a push here onto this mid lane inhibitor turret. Iva's gonna try to hold down Cold and Feet right there. Mission accomplished right there. Luckily, Archangel won't be losing out on too many structures, but that's probably looking on the bright side here considering what they've already lost. Nixa gonna go straight for the dive in onto that Kindred right there. Rox, of course, gonna go for the disengage to save Nixa. That's gonna be damage all across the board onto the Tom Catch. Looks like both sides will back away for now, though. But like I mentioned, look at what Archangel lost in the midst of things.
Yeah, everything fell apart after that Baron secure by Mega Esports. Top lane inhibitor did get taken down. Mid lane inhibitor is very vulnerable on the side of Archangel. It's just a question of where Mega Esports decide to push, but you know, Secret is massive on this rise, Ark. We just saw him go basically 1v3, and there was nothing Archangel could do.
That will be the take right there, but man, it's coming down to the wire right now. Look at the gold difference. We're already near past 10,000, so
we're not quite there yet. We're 500 gold away.
500, almost there, almost there. But with that massive of a difference at 23 minutes into the game, this pretty much indicates how things have spiraled out of Archangel's grasp once again against Mega Esports this time around.
Yeah, things are looking very grim here for the second seeds from the Philippines.
For the Philippines in general.
Yeah. Realmarp just to rotate even quicker. They're going to bring the wave here. They still have the Baron available on a few members, so this will be an easy siege for Mega Esports. Let's see how long Archangel can actually hold out against this.
Push coming in from Mega Esports down in bot lane though. The only remaining inhibitor turret that would otherwise fully open up the base for Archangel for Mega Esports is taking. Of course, will Archangel allow it? Of course, they are not going to give up just yet, but still Mega Esports, they're kind of being cautious here, knowing very well that they don't want to get picked off. Speaking of the pick off, that's going to be the straight in onto Trevor. Look at all the damage that he's taking. Nixa tries to go for the dive in. That will be complemented by a set coming from Iblis, but still, members of Archangel going down way too fast. HP bars left and right going down from the Philippine squad. That's going to be the ace. I think we have a clear winner right here, ladies and gentlemen. Mega Esports still undefeated, going to get their second win of the day against Philippines' very own Archangel, and that's it. That's game. Congratulations, Thailand represent.
Yeah, 25 minutes on the clock. For the first 15, it looked very close between these two teams, but in the past 10 minutes, Mega Esports turned it up. They won every skirmish, led to the Baron, and eventually ended the game. Well-deserved victory by the second seeds of Thailand.
And what is going on?
I'm telling you what's going on, Arctic. We're currently 0-5.
Yes. That's pretty sad, but you got to hand it to the rest of the countries that came in this year.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of preparation, and I think the results are really showing. And I'm honestly not sure at this point who's going to be our representative heading into Worlds. There's a lot of deserving teams here. Kuala Lumpur, Hunters, Ascension Gaming, Resurgence is... I could actually see Resurgence as a contender.
You know, I want to see the groups from BNA just play against each other already. I want to see Ascension against something like Kuala Lumpur Hunters or something, because I'm super... Given the way that they've been playing, they've just showed up for this particular event, and man, I just can't wait to see who makes it out of groups.
So, just a quick touch up on this game real quick. What do you think went right, which led to Mega Esports just toppling over Archangel? And what do you think was the key moment where Archangel fumbled?
I'm looking at the rise in the mid lane because Secret was super fed. He was basically going 1v2, 1v3 over and over against the members of Archangel. I feel like there were a few moments when Archangel just couldn't utilize the leads that they kind of had. They had a bit of a lead onto Trevor. They had a bit of a lead onto Zencho, but never really something massive. A bunch of their engages were just turned around, and I feel like the one fight around the red buff of Mega Esports where they weren't able to take down the Soraka instantly, and Mega was able to re-engage and really turned the tides in favor of the Thailand squad.
Whew. So there we have it, guys. That has been game number 3. We're already halfway through our stream, but when we come back, we still have 3 games more. Anything can still happen in Group Me, but we'll just have to let the players let that happen for themselves. They control their destiny in Globe Conquerors Manila. We'll be taking a short break, and we have been your guys. I'm Arctic, with me is G. So once again, Group B group stage for day 2 of Globe Conquerors Manila. See you guys in a teeny tiny bit. Let's gonna go for a beautiful set onto 3 members of Mega Esports. Look at those health bars, they are dwindling. Looks like Archangel not going to suffer a single casualty. What to just the only surviving member, but he's not going to be long of this road. He goes down 3 for nothing in favor of Archangel. Over the save right there. That will be the Aatrox joining the fray as well. Shut down onto the Nocturne. Archangel, they're on the run for their lives. 2 members down. Looks like it's going to be 3 with a Tom Kench. Down he goes, and that's going to be a victory for Mega Esports. But Ice looks like we'll suffer right there, but of course might be in trouble himself. Great ultimate coming in from Zensha to lock down that Kindred. What the Jest, along with the rest of Mega Esports, are coming in, but Ival is doing a great job at keeping the members at bay, but still Secret making it in the nick of time to turn things around.
Trevor
is going to try to go for the save onto Nixa. Might end up sacrificing himself. Trevor trying to make something of this. Looks like he will have to back away himself. Nixa might have overstayed his welcome. Might get chased down by Secret. He has to be careful. One more hit. Secret still chasing out right now. Of course, they are not going to give up just yet, but still Mega Esports, they're kind of being cautious here, knowing very well that they don't want to get picked off. Speaking of the pick off, that's going to be the straight in onto Trevor. Look at all the damage that he's taking. Next up tries to go for the dive in. That will be complemented by a set coming from Iblis, but still, members of Archangel going down way too fast. HP bars left and right going down from the Philippine squad. That's going to be the ace. I think we have a clear winner right here, ladies and gentlemen. Mega Esports still undefeated. Going to get their 2nd win of the day against Philippines' very own Archangel. And that's it. That's game. Congratulations, Thailand represent.
Yeah, 25 minutes on the clock. For the first 15, it looked very close.